Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Invin. Today I am going to be bringing you guys an update video on everything that is going to be coming to Cold War with the Season 2 Reloaded update dropping later today if you're in America, or at 5 AM BST, so 5 AM for UK people, which is obviously very soon. Now this video is going to cover everything that we're expected to see throughout the update, as well as all of the new features that are going to be coming to multiplayer, zombies and league play. I'm going to timestamp them down below in the description, so if there's a specific section that you would like to watch, then go ahead and skip to that section now. If not, sit back and enjoy the video and let's get started. Firstly, there has been a roadmap dropped which does identify most of the features that we're going to see throughout the season, and that will be on screen for you guys now. Now it does obviously say that we're going to see some Warzone, a new threat rises in Verdansk, so this is probably relating to the zombies continuing to spread throughout Verdansk, leading to obviously a build up to a big event at the start of Season 3, which is what we're all hoping for, and fingers crossed for some huge content updates along the way as well, because it's getting a little bit stale now, so we're going to need something from Warzone, but hopefully this does spice it up a little bit and get some content going really nicely. Now on top of this, there is a ton of weapon balancing coming to the Cold War weapons, which is probably going to change up the meta in Warzone, and obviously therefore the weapons we can expect to see people using. So whether these weapon updates are going to directly affect Warzone or whether they're just going to be in the Black Ops multiplayer, I think they're going to affect both, but obviously it remains to be seen until we actually get into game tomorrow. But what I can say for definite is there is no changes to the AUG scheduled to be released, which means that this is probably still going to be a very overpowered weapon in Warzone, along with the M16 as its counterpart there. What there is a change to is the FFAR. Now this is a very interesting point, because the FFAR actually has an increased ballistic speed by 12.8%, and in other words this means that your bullets are going to be faster from this weapon when it's already a very fast firing weapon, which has made it top of the meta for quite a while. So let me know what you think about that one down in the comments, but no changes to the AUG, a slight buff to the FFAR, which is going to be very interesting. As well as this, the Krig 6 has seen a ton of changes, as well as a complete overhaul in the ADS system that the weapon has. In other words, it's going to be a lot smoother to use this weapon with the scope now, and you are actually going to be able to see enemies a lot clearer. So this weapon is going to become one of the top meta weapons, definitely in League Play, but potentially in Warzone, and maybe even called multiplayer as well. So keep an eye on this weapon and don't sleep on it. If you haven't yet got it gold when it first releases the update tomorrow, this might be your good chance to get it done, because they're probably going to have the weapon quite overpowered for at least a little bit there. Another huge thing to note for any of you League Play players out there, that the AK-47U has reduced accuracy with prolonged firing, as well as a reduced muzzle velocity of 23.4%. So this is going to mean it's shooting slightly slower, and when we're firing for that prolonged amount of time, you're not going to be able to spray people down with it quite as accurately anymore, which is probably a good thing. But just to let you all know before it jumps into the next bit of season, that is why the gun is going to feel slightly more uneasy than it previously did. And including this, we've got the LC10 changes, which are reduced max damage range by 41%, so that's quite a big nerf to the max damage range. However, it is still going to be able to challenge quite a long distance, particularly on most of the maps. We also have a slightly reduced mid-range damage on the LC10 as well, which is going to make it slightly less good at cross-mapping people, which again is probably a good thing, but just so you're all aware of it. The Milano has had a huge buff, so increased mid-range damage by 10%, increased mid-range damage range by 33%, and increased sprint out speed by 14.2%, and a slightly increased ADS in speed. So this weapon has had a huge buff, albeit it was very well needed, as the Milano was hardly ever used in League Play, but it was quite a nice feeling weapon, and now with these buffs this could see a huge amount of gameplay. So if you haven't yet leveled it up, whilst the triple double XP weekend is still active, I would highly recommend getting this one to a decently high level so that you can use it in multiplayer and test it out. And obviously if you want to try it in League Play, you have all the attachments unlocked anyway, but definitely give this thing a go once the update drops, and let me know what you think about it after you have used it down in the comments of this video. Is it going to be something we need to make some League Player classes for? Is it going to be insane? Just as a side note here, with all SMG changes coming with this Season 2 Reloaded update, we are going to see a complete turning pass on muzzle and underbarrel attachments that affect the recoil on SMGs. So in other words, the recoil patterns and the velocity of the bullets is going to change quite dramatically on a few of the SMGs. You won't notice it on others, but I'm going to keep you guys updated, and as soon as that has been released and I've managed to play test them myself and get hands on with it, I'm going to let you know what the updated best attachments are, if there are any, what the differences are going to be going forward in regards to these weapons. Another big thing to mention on the mechanics side of things is that the movement has been adjusted, so we've had a slightly reduced speed of changing stances from crouch, stand and prone. Additional adjustments to come to address a remaining disparity between first and third person perspective. So in other words, the snaking, the whole snaking element where you crouch and stand, or you're prone in and people are seeing a different thing from where where you are to their screen. All that kind of stuff is being addressed by Treyarch and is being worked on. So all of you guys that are raging about this at the moment, fingers crossed for the future, because I know it's got me a few times and it can be very, very frustrating. So hopefully a fix is coming for that very, very soon. Now in multiplayer, we've got the brand new Miami Strike 6v6. This is a daytime, smaller Miami map, which is hopefully going to be added to League Play instead of the current Miami map as well. And this map is coming to a 6v6 mode, and it's going to have a 24/7 playlist available on it when it does drop. We've also got Mansion 2v2 and 3v3 for Gunfight there, which is a brand new map for those gunfight modes. We've got a Golova multi-team, so this is the map that is currently in Zombie Outbreak, which is now coming to multiplayer, and they are having a multi-team hardpoint mode that is getting introduced with the release of this map, which is looking exceptionally cool, and I can't wait to try that one out and bring some gameplay to you guys, because this looks very, very interesting indeed. We've then got new prop hunt maps and props, so when we can get back into a bit more of prop hunt once the playlist is re-released tomorrow, we can get hands on with this and see what map we have with that one. We then also have weapon turning past, which is some of the stuff I've mentioned in the first section of the video. If you did skip past it, go ahead and watch that if you want to find out about the weapon attachments and changes. We have then got some hardpoint and control updates. It doesn't say specifically what these are going to be yet, but once I get hands on again with those, I will explain them to you in a future video in depth once I learn out what the new updates to the modes are. We've got new gunfight medals available, so this could be a new XP method, it could be a new thing for gunfights, so specifically getting an ace in there or whatever, fixing those ones, because sometimes you didn't get it in the 2v2 mode specifically, so hopefully this has been changed, and if there is any further XP methods, I'll be sure to cover them here on the channel when they do drop. And on top of that, obviously we've got tons and tons of bug fixes, which you can read the full patch notes on the Treyarch website if you do want to get in depth every single change that has been added with the release of Season 2 Reloaded. Moving on then to zombies, we have got the new Outbreak region, which is Sanatorium at night mode. And we have a new Outbreak objective dropping with this, as well as a new Outbreak intel and a new Outbreak vehicle. So this is all very, very exciting stuff. They've dropped a cool picture, which I will display on screen for you guys now, so you can see what this is looking like. And I can't wait to get hands on with this one. You will definitely see a video of this tomorrow, so make sure if you aren't already subscribed to the channel, you do so, because I'll be dropping tons and tons of content covering this update as everything drops tomorrow. We also will be getting XP and Battle Pass XP when playing Dead Ops Arcade 3, which is very, very nice, because that wasn't currently a feature. There is going to be the ability to apply a blueprint feature, which I believe to be adding camos and things like that to the guns in zombies, which is fantastic. We have new Onslaught content, obviously, if you are on the PlayStation there, which I don't have on PC, but hopefully we will be getting hands-on with that some point in the future. And obviously gameplay improvements, stability and bug fixes as normal with any update. So again, if you want to read those, the patch notes will be linked in the description below. League play specifically, we have quite a few updates for here. So we've got Lawbreaker is no longer going to support 2 primary weapons, which means there's going to be no overkill classes, no snipers and SMGs, no SMGs and ARs, nothing, just one weapon and a secondary. So obviously pistols and melee weapons are still going to work, but there is going to be no primary weapons dual wielding, if you like. Now, you can obviously still pick up people's weapons, and generally this isn't going to be a huge thing. A lot of people kind of wanted this to happen, but you are going to have to change most of your classes that have this on if you're running any currently, and it is going to make a difference to people who are running the thermal sight sniper with an SMG, because they're now going to have to choose if they want to have that sight on or not for the whole round, and it's probably going to make a huge difference to a lot of people's classes and gameplay styles. On top of this, perk greed is now restricted, which basically means we are not going to be able to have 6 perks anymore. This is gone, and again, I think this is probably good, because it was basically one of the best things to have on. It was very, very good, particularly for those hardpoint classes. You pretty much couldn't get stunned or naded with these 6 perks on, so this is going to be a fantastic change. It's worth noting alongside that Lawbreaker will still give you the opportunity to have 2 perks, i.e. you can have Tactical Mask and Flak Jacket on the same class, but you can't have a perk 2 or a perk 1 in place of them, but you still get the 3 perks, just no more perk greed. There is also now a system being added to League Play, which is going to be an escalating match suspension penalty for friendly fire and quitting mid-match. So if people leave the game or they shoot a lot of team members, they're going to get escalating penalties for this, which is much, much needed, and I am personally very glad they've added this. I'm sure a lot of you feel the same about it, but when people were leaving mid-game when they couldn't be bothered to play, or if you lost a round or whatever, it's the most frustrating thing, because you can then really, really struggle to try and win the next few rounds and win the game overall. So this is fantastic, and it is really going to make a difference to the community, so I'm glad they have finally added this. Also, they've noted here that they've got visual updates for ladders, brackets and ranked screens coming here, so we'll have to wait and see what those are going to be when it does drop. tomorrow morning, and I'll be on top of that as soon as it does drop as well, so make sure you stay in tune to the channel for that. We're going to see what these visual updates are, and hopefully, fingers crossed, they look pretty nice. We haven't had much update news in terms of what's going to be coming to Warzone with Season 2 Reloaded, other than that the zombies are going to be coming up to further parts of Verdansk, which is really, really cool, and it is going to add some content, but hopefully there's a few more in-game events happening along the way, so we've got a bit more content to get our teeth into in time for that Season 3 update, when we're expecting there to be a big nuke or a big event on Verdansk that completely changes the map and gives us some fantastic new playstyle tools, finally, which is what we really, really need for Warzone. So fingers crossed, some stuff coming, and again, I will update you guys as soon as that is confirmed and dropped tomorrow, and we can get hands on and see what it's all about. Now, hopefully this video has helped you out. It's covered absolutely everything we know so far that's going to be dropping in tomorrow's update. If you are not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so, because we're going to be covering every aspect of the update as soon as it goes live, and I'm going to be uploading videos throughout the day tomorrow and throughout the coming days with everything that we know, everything we find out, and any cool tips, tricks, secrets, guides, anything like that that you guys would like to see. Make sure you let me know what you do want me to focus on down in the comments, as I'm going to be doing tons and tons of videos, so it'd be great to get your input as well. And obviously, if you have enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like down below, as it really does help me and the video out a ton. Thank you guys for watching, take care, and peace.